like, comment, and share our videos. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and remember to hit on the notification bell below for more updates. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You're welcome to Cover Up Show, the show designed to demystify the personality of the Muslim woman, giving her a voice and celebrating her. I'm Rahmat Wasim, your host. Thank you very much for liking our page, for sharing, commenting on our videos. Continue to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Cover Up Show, and remember to hit the notification button. Whilst at that, tell a friend to tell a friend. Last time we looked at parenting, who a parent was. We delved into, scratched the surface of early childhood. We looked at the methods of parenting. Is there any strict rule? We understood that you, the parent, you are the best teacher. You are the example that the child is looking at, and he or she will be picking from you. We had two amazing people to have the conversation with, and they are still here with me for us to conclude this very important topic. Alhaj Ahmed Kwame Boache is a retired educationist. He's a counselor, a parent himself, and he's been at this for over 50 years. And Hajia Ahalima Ajekumwa Boache, she's also a retired educationist, and she also has over 50 years experience in parenting and in marriage as well. Alhaj and Hajia, welcome once again. And we hope today too we are going to also conclude on what we started the other time. Last time we looked at who a parent was and parenting, as I mentioned. Today I want us to go back and pick the early childhood and what can go wrong and what could go right if early childhood is gotten at the very well. Because when you mentioned that it starts from the womb, it made me remember an ayah that describes the formation of a human being, that talks about the baby in the womb, the ear forming and this part and that part. How critical is early childhood? I'll start with Mr. Ahmed Kwame.
Thank you very much. The beginning of every house, that's the foundation. Is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because without a strong foundation, the beautiful house can collapse at any time.
Wow.
So, the child's training must start from the day the child was born. That is why in Islam, we even call azan to the ears of the child. And this azan, all parents or pregnant women who live in the Muslim areas, when they are pregnant like that, their children hear it.
Mashallah.
So when they come out and they hear it, they are able to recognize it. You remember that sometimes a little child may say a certain word and it looks very strange. How did the child
know this?
know this? It's because the ears can hear, but the mouth may not be able to say in the beginning. But as the children grow from stage to stage, they are able to imbibe and assimilate the words of the environment, behavior of the environment, and whatever goes on. Even the facial expression, body language, sign language. They watch as they lie down there. They watch you
as a baby, as an infant.
Even as infant, lying on bed, they see, they hear. Only they cannot say.
Yeah, because the brain is there.
The brain is there,
storing all the information.
See, so when you give the right thing at that stage, and it sticks. I remember my own great grandfather, and he was great. The way he trained me. I knew a dancing history between the ages of 3.5 to 5.
Wow.
And I still keep it. And he told me not to say two things to any people. For over 70 years, I haven't said it. Because he knows in those days, if I said it, I would be killed. I also remember my son Ahmed. He said it quite recently. I had forgotten. He said he was about 6. We were in Nigeria when I took a world map, showed it to him, and said, Kwamina, this is the world map. The whole world is like this. This is America, this is Europe, this is Africa, this is Nigeria, this is Ghana. We are now in Nigeria. We are from Ghana. We shall go back to Ghana. But remember, the whole world belongs to you to explore and exploit to your advantage. And he is quoting this when he is 40s.
Yes. Inspirational.
You see, so whatever good thing you give to a child in the infancy, if the child imbibes, can impact positively
in the person's future.
In the person's future. So to me, it is very critical, especially the first 5 years. Then after that, the first 13 years.
For the person become a teenager.
The person becomes a teenager. Then you speak to the child from time to time. Let them know the realities of life. Even time, the value of time. Time can tell. Time can kill. Time can kill. Sometimes you make a mistake for 1 second, you are knocked down. Sometimes if you are faster, 1 second, you are safe.
You're alive.
You see the point? So all these things. But unfortunately, most parents don't talk to their children. So when you are talking to yours, they think you are wasting their time. They think you are wasting their time. But if you are a parent and you know the right thing, can you insist on the right thing until you are no more? And I'm very happy that even those I taught in Nigeria, some still remember me, they call, they write. Some even still invite me. You see the point? So always make sure that you give the child the right thing to guide. And always you must remember that the child today is not only an adult tomorrow. He is your ruler.
Yes.
Even if you are a senior today, your junior will become a ruler, become a president, and you will be there. So the Ashanti say, so we must be very careful and be serious with the training of the child right from the infancy. Give them the right thing to ponder about.
Give them the right thing to ponder about. Hajia, you are a mother, and I want to know how much of an influence spirituality or religion plays in the upbringing of a child.
Okay, thank you very much. Religion is very critical in man's life, in molding a person's life. So right from the start, as Alhaji said, even when you come at birth, Azan should be whispered into your ear. Right here, and the left one, Ikama is also added to it. That means implanting this virtue in you, that you are a child of God. You are created for His purpose. So as you grow, take after it and remember your God always. And luckily for us, we have Muslims around, and Azan is almost called 5 times a day. So we keep on hearing. Religion is very vital, and the training of the children is very, very necessary. The problem we face is that at times when they mingle with other kids of different religion or who haven't got any religious guidance, the restriction in their lives, they feel that you are suppressing them and you are imposing some things on them. So that becomes difficult. That as a mother, if you are not very careful and stand on them, you will lose them. By not beating, by speaking to them, guiding them, and insisting that prayer time is prayer time. I remember when we were at Ukes, there was a program children wanted to see all the time. If it's time for prayer, I tell them, no opening of the TV.
You don't
So
turn it
their
on.
children, their friends who were not Muslims, they will tell them, go and pray. So
We can come and watch the
I
TV.
remember. So they all write to me and we pray. At that time, their father was not in. If I had relaxed a little, I would have lost all of them, lost them as a Muslim case. But God willing, we continue to guide them. Even Fridays, we didn't have car. I used to hire a taxi, put them there, pay for it. When coming back to pay for it, they mingle with the other Muslim case. They listen to khutbah, not very attentively because children are
always playing around.
But when we come, we discuss. So that also help to mold their lives religiously, up to date. I'm grateful. They all follow suit and they are in the religion, and I pray that they will continue to be in their religion, even when we have expired from the
Inshallah.
So
Can the outcome of one's life entirely be blamed on the kind of parenting he or she received? Outside of Al-Hajj.
Thank you very much. Every child is born innocent. Fresh slate or fresh page. It is the environment and the parents, friends, peers, and so on, and even teachers who determine or guide or misguide what the child is going to be. It is the responsibility of the parents and teachers to ensure that the child is given correct training. Because he becomes a bad child, a miscreant in the society, in the environment, he's going to worry everybody. Yes. The Ashantis knew this. So until quite recently, every child was everybody's child.
Yes.
And they could even punish the child
In the absence
of parents, without informing the parents. But today the child rights people will say no. And the children say you are taking their freedom. So that is another problem. The environment has a big hindrance on the children today. Even the phone is good.
Technology,
modern technology is like fire.
Yeah.
A good friend,
a bad master,
or bad enemy.
Horrible one. Yeah.
And say we live with fire.
Yes.
All the plastics, all the gas, and so on, and they are there. So we have to be very diligent, cautious, tactful when dealing with the children.
My other question is, before we wrap up, will be how to, I'm giving this to Ajia, how do you instill the values? Because as all of you are talking, I'm seeing discipline, how the child has to be disciplined, the child has to be obedient, the child has to be able to be humble. How do you put these things, I call it the softwares, you know, the phone is like this is the hard, the surface, but it has some things in it that can make you make a phone call, make you send a text message. Those are the softwares in the phone. If it's not, no matter how beautiful the phone is, it won't work, or it won't work effectively. How do you put all these softwares into the child?
Okay. As parents, our aim is to see that our children grow and grow well and fit well into the society. So the things that will make them fit well into the society are the things we mostly hammer. Truthfulness is one of them.
Truthfulness.
The children must be very truthful. And as Alaji said, children at times take after the parents. So as parents or as a mother, I have to be very truthful in all my doings.
Sure.
I should promise the children things I can provide, not the things that I will do this and I don't do.
Yeah.
I remember an incident. Ahmed and the father. He always says, "Stop! If you don't stop, I won't buy you a bicycle." Almost every day, the boy hears of it. One day, Papa says, "Stop! If you don't stop, I won't buy you a bicycle." Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Because he knows that it's not going to have been a regular. So we promise children things we can provide. Then
but the bicycle came, the chopper came.
It came at a time he has even said you shouldn't buy.
Right.
And they were two.
And they were two.
And what I want to say is that giving promises which you will not be able to fulfill immediately is better not to give that promise
at all.
Especially threatening that if you don't stop this, I won't buy you this. I saw that practically it was not a good example to be given. Later he fulfilled the promise and bought two at a time. That is one of it. Then girls too must be maintained and maintained well. There are some things that make some girls fall prey to men. The basic things they use monthly to protect themselves.
And the sanitary towel.
Many parents refuse to provide. They feel that is not necessary. But if you examine teenage pregnancies, mostly some of them are a lack of
basic things.
Basic things like the pad, the panty, brazier, the roll-on, all those simple things parents even don't value. That is what led them fall prey to such things. Then also paying their fees and simple basic things that come which needs money. Many children go, they come, they go. No, he hasn't got money. Also, he needs car. To it, he won't pay. If the bearing becomes too much on the girl, you will find a boyfriend who will be paying for. If you're a man friend, who will be paying for him. So, as parents, there are some simple basic things we have to provide to keep going our girls and make sure that they listen to us. At times too, you have to use threats to instill discipline and values in them. I remember to case. There are some things, threats I made which were empty. I used to carry a mate up.
Your
head down. So if you don't do this, I will pull you down. At the case from upstairs. Then you just succumb to whatever I'm saying and listen to me. So at times too, as a mother, nowadays you can't do it because of the human right. But formerly, when parents were not restricted, at times you can use some harsh method to instill discipline and some values into the kids. These are all things that make us happy. And I remember to kids, not my kids.
Students that you handled?
Yes, students that I handled. When I locked, there was padlock front and back. I went to the other side. I came and the padlock is lost. I asked, who has taken the padlock? Nobody has taken it. I said, I am going. The boys are here. You are beautiful. They want you. I'm going to sleep. I'll lock my door and leave you. Any boy that will cramp and do anything to you is your own luck. Then they call in, Madam, we have found the padlock. And then use it to lock it. So at times too, some threats can also let the children listen.
It's not really a threat. It's actually a fact. Because if you leave your door wide open, anything anything anybody can do.
boss
Someone
can
can
come
even
there.
come there and steal your stuff.
your things to
So I gathered the parents taking up their responsibilities, like providing for their children,
When
and
necessary.
also when there's the opportunity presenting themselves, when the children behave in a certain manner that doesn't fall in line, bring them back immediately, there and there. Don't wait and come back, so that the child will know that no, this is wrong and this is right. Alhaj, before we wrap up on to talk about the keys to successful parenting, I want us to pick up from what you said the last time. You gave us 3 things that you use. I'm linking this to my question on how and when do you position your offspring to be able to take up the future challenge that the child will be meeting.
Thank you very much. Personally, for my own children, by the age 7, 9,
That early.
yes, my child's mind is well prepared to accept even responsibilities.
Inshallah.
Washing, cleaning.
Is it for only females or
No,
your children?
my
All of
children.
them?
And the boy knows that as a man, when he grows to become a man, he has some responsibilities. The ladies also know their responsibilities. Even division of labor in keeping the home and so on and so forth. My children know. You see, but sometimes it is when you are training some people's children that you have a problem.
That is it.
No matter what you do, they think you are worrying them. You are talking too much because the parents doesn't know these things, and even those who don't know, they don't do it.
You don't have the time.
They don't have time for the children. So, as for my own children, I hardly use the cane or punish anybody after 9 years. It is only one thing when you play with your studies.
Now I'm sure you when they go and marry and have children, you follow them to their house and go and beat them when they play with their studies. that I can attest.
No, when they are in their homes, I'm not going to beat them because.
But seriously, before we go, let me just chip this one in. At my age, I still feel like if I do something wrong, even in my office, you come there. My big sister
Millions of the boys.
Everybody says yes.
Yes.
Whatever response I will give to that.
Yes. It is that effective. It is that effective. So let's continue.
When you see when the sense of responsibility and good attitude is implanted in the minds of the child early, the child carries it all through. Teach them the right thing and they will grow and then they will do the right thing.
As the good book says.
Even Habiba, look at her position. And she will call me and ask, I want to do this. How do I do it? Or must I do it? Hey, command me.
Men, I ask you coming to me for consultation.
And Ahmed, with his business and so on and so forth, when he wants to do something, you consult me. Quite recently, now he's constructing something. He told me, I said, well, but you didn't tell me early. But however, the site, I think you have to do this. Make a gutter from the end of your house to the main road. Then he said, yes, Papa, it is critical. Even when the men came from this assembly, that's what they said. You see, but there are some people you won't mind you. I have my own child, my grandchild here in this house. He has been here for about 3 weeks or so. I've never seen his face because I talk too much.
Yes, you reprimand, but in terms of positioning them for future.
Positioning them for future, you see, let the child know that. And I even tell my students, very soon, sooner than you think, you will be a man.
Yeah.
will be a woman. You will be a husband. You will be a wife. You will have children. You will be working. You will be working with colleagues. And they are not your friends.
Yeah.
You are not your parents. You are not your siblings. They come from different homes, different towns, different tribes. But you have to cope with them. So this is what you have to do. 1, 2, 3. Be tolerant. Be friendly. Be cheerful with everybody. And open up to everybody. If you're able to do that, you can go anywhere. People will like you. And don't be useless with the group. When we are going, you won't go. When we are coming, you won't come. When we are talking, you won't talk. Who are you?
What role does education, like giving them formal education, maybe giving them money?
About formal education, I know my level. So I won't promise my children, as Mommy said, I won't promise you high things. Your books, your personal effects, your fees, your photographs. And after now, tomorrow we are going for Eid.
Your dress and your shoe.
I'll check. If your dress is not good, we'll buy you a new one. But if it is good, we watch and
Money will be saving.
because you were not born onto the hill.
Yeah.
You were born into an abbey. Before you go to the level of the hill, your friends might have gone higher. But slowly, diligently, but surely you will come to level with them at the top.
Yes.
So what will help you to go to the top and meet them is what I want. This school, the children don't score 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. I think we have got about 2 or 3 6. All the rest, from 7 to 25, 30, 35. When they go to senior high, they do very well.
Yeah.
Why? Because of the way I talk to them.
On the basic things.
From the whole country, we are using the same books. Your teachers have the same qualifications. What is left? The difference is that those children in town, they have aspirations.
Yes.
They have role models. And they want to be this and that and that. A child in class 2, class 3, I'll be a pilot. I'll be a doctor. I'll be a this or that and that. I'll be a lawyer.
It'll be necessary.
Yes.
You see? But we in the rural setting, me for example, when I was going to school, I was going to school because people were going to school and I like it. I didn't know one day I would be a teacher. Until I met T. A. Boateng in 1958. I was not thinking of going to any institution after middle form 4. But I got inspiration.
Yes.
And parents and teachers must inspire children. Not to threaten them, not to spank them.
Or put some fear.
I can say that the whole of our area, no boy has been spanked by his father more than I have been. It was useless. I don't do that to children. So the chief responsibility of the parent is to be patient, hardworking, truthful, serious, have initiative, have drive, and have responsibility. Let the children know these right from their infancy. They will never fail you.
That when something happens, they should be there to face it. And they should be responsible for their action.
Yes.
And should be focused.
Mary, who is the weakest, physically weakest among the children,
your children.
Now she is facing difficulties in New Zealand, and he faces correctly, boldly. You see my point?
Yes.
So that give them the correct things, tools of life.
The softwares.
The softwares, as we will say it. And if they get it, they will decipher.
Yes. Alhaj, thank you so much. We'll have to wrap up here, and indeed, I'm sure our viewers have really benefited and been blessed from the words that you've all shared and your experiences. I appreciate you bringing your personal experiences about, bringing up your own children and the students that you also educated them. And indeed, just as the good book said, that train up a child the way he or she should grow, so that when he grows, he will not depart from it. And indeed, that is all that Al-Hajj and Hajia Boache has been telling us for the past, I think, 20 minutes or so. That yes, the early childhood training is critical. Whatever the outcome is going to be, what you put in the child from the beginning is the most important thing. That is what he or she will not depart from it. We are grateful. May Allah richly bless you and continue to give you knowledge, long life, good health, so that we can come back and do this recording with you again. Jazakumullah. May Allah bless you abundantly. Viewers, we've come to the end of another episode, and I'm sure you've all been blessed. You've learned a thing or two about parenting. The first starts with you, the kind of examples that you are showing. Indeed, even in Islam, you're encouraged not to expose yourself even before a baby. All these things shape the mindset of the child. It frames some picture in the child, and the decisions he or she is going to take, you'll be amazed how these things affect them. So on date, when I'm alone, I still hear the voices of my parents in my mind. When I'm challenged with any difficulty, it's as if they are there with me to give me direction as to what to do. So indeed, it works, and it starts with us as parents. Let's do this again, same time, same place. I'm Rahmat Wasim. This has been Cover Up Show, the show designed to demystify the personality of the Muslim woman, giving her a voice and celebrating her. Continue to comment, like, and share our videos. Follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification button for further future updates, and remember to tell a friend to tell a friend. Assalamu alaikum. Jazakumullah. May Allah be with us all.